Hello, my name is Denise, and this is day 6 of the Noble House Breath Challenge. So, today's breath challenge is re regulate your breath. So, how do we re regulate? What are we re regulating, and why are we re regulating it? And how do we do that? So, the re regulate your breath challenge is all about that moment where you just think in a room, I need to get out of here, I'm finding it hard to manage my feelings and emotions. Um, Breath work is really good for managing feelings and emotions. And by managing them, sometimes it can take you back away from the brink of showing these emotions, but it can also be a way of processing these emotions. So you can use it in two separate ways. Now, here at Noble House, we are hot on processing emotions, feelings, sensations in our system that get stuck. We want to gestalt, that word gestalt, we want to go through to the cycle, through to the other side of the experience. When we suppress, oppress, repress, depress ourselves, we get depressed when all of that is going on in our systems and it's got nowhere else to go. That's when we collapse, we go to bed, that kind of thing. If we get really angry, we'll go to bed. When we withdraw when we can't express. So we're really hot in expressing emotions. Emotions are made up of feelings and sensations in our systems. However, there are times, right, where that's just not really that possible. And maybe it's not big emotions that are coming up. We just need a little bit of time to sort of mutter under our breath, get ourselves back together again. Put a bit of glue, if you remember the glue breath, around us. Sometimes we need the solvent so that we can let go of the feelings and emotions. Sometimes we need the glue to help keep it all together. And this re-regulate breath can be a mixture of both. The thing that I think of now is if you were a smoker, and I have to say, as a breath trainer and researcher, this is not probably the best way to regulate your breath, but it does do it. So if you think about it, and you may also have another couple of people that go out with you and have a chat and a wee bit of a mutter with you. So the actual maybe part of what is attractive about smoking is it's a really socially acceptable way, maybe less so now, but it's still socially acceptable to go, I'm going out for a cigarette, I'm going out to breathe in some smoke. Now, I would really rather you just breathed in some fresh air because that way of working your system is going to help you re-regulate your breath, get yourself back to calm. If not with the breath, just from getting away from the stressful or difficult situation for 3 minutes. But it's really difficult to say, I really am just in a, I'd just like to withdraw now, re-regulate my breath pattern and maybe go out and have a little look at nature for 3 minutes and I'll see you in a minute. People would be like, okay, sounds a little strange to us. What's going on with you? Yet if you say, I'm going out for a fag break, nobody questions it. So what I'm saying is you don't need to justify, you don't need to explain, you don't need to anything at all. You don't need to say, sorry, I need to leave the room. You are allowed to withdraw without having to inhale smoke, okay? You are a grown-up. And in that, I'm really encouraging you to just take, your challenge today is to take 3 minutes, maybe 3 times throughout the day. I'm going to find a way, my own language, whatever that might be, to say, just hang on, I'll be back in a second. You can even pretend you're on the phone. I don't mind. I don't really particularly want to make you a liar, but actually there are times that you have to find ways that you can get yourself out of a situation and breathe. Now there's different breath patterns that you can do at this point. One is breathe in, hold it, and out. Always breathing in, releasing your belly. So take a breath in again. And hold, and out. You may find that that helps you feel calmer, relax. It's a mixture of all the other breathing patterns maybe that we've done. Find one that you've really enjoyed, that has worked for you. But your challenge is to find 3 times today that you just find some kind of way to walk to the loo, but actually I really want you to go outside. I want you to feel that fresh air upon your face and breathe in as much as there is, maybe if you're in this town or city, but breathe in that fresh air, feel the wind on your face. Yep. take a breath in and then out. You can also do the more sort of faster version that you've been doing too, which is and I'm making a slight noise, really to sort of let you know what the pattern is. You don't have to make any sound at all, but just really letting a little bit of speeding up happen in your breath. So a little bit of an extension on the observe your breath, but instead of observing it and changing it to something else, really taking time to go outside and look around. Now, what's the other reason for this? When you are in nature, it's a huge resource for people. So if you can see anything that's grass or anything that's trees or anything at all that's an animal or a bird flying in the sky, this helps connect us back outside of ourselves and into the world. Yeah, so that's the work of Babette Rothschild again. I'm looking at the trauma work. Get outside, get into an internal and external environment to do a tiny little bit of breath work. Apart from that, I like to add in a little colour challenge. And your colour challenge would be, can I see green? Well, if you're in nature, probably yes. But if you're in the city, maybe a bit more difficult. So I really want you to seek out what's my colour of today. Maybe it's blue, maybe the sky. But actually pick any colour just as you're going out and look for it. Because what it does is it helps give you a little bit of bringing you to the present. The present is really focusing on where am I right now in my life, in the world, right this second. Not thinking about what's going to happen in the future or making decisions on life and what's happened in the past, but right this second, where am I? What's around me? And pulling you into looking for things like a colour can really help. It's like an active meditation again. It's really bringing us into the present where we are really beginning to ground ourselves. If you do that 3 times or 4 times throughout the day, you are going to feel completely differently because you're keeping re-regulating your system throughout the day. Re-regulating it. And we're going to end up today with just a little bit of nature video where you can, if you can't find any outside at all, you can have a look at ours and enjoy our Noble House garden. So take the best of care with yourself. I really look forward to introducing day 7 tomorrow. And in the meantime, breathe on, breathe deeply, and have a fantastic day. Thank you.